So Nick and Alondria, it starts with Nick and Alondria talking about how they're going to navigate this whole connection of theirs or what they're trying to explore. So, so when they come downstairs after Soul Ties, and the Nick and Taylor have this handshake, and Alondria goes, "Oh, we don't have a handshake," and Taylor goes, "Well, maybe you're just not liked." And I'm like, "What? Why would you even say that to anybody, especially in this situation?" Ugh. This situation was weird when Huda came down to talk to him about, they were just talking and he was telling her how she was too aggressive in the challenge and how she was, I don't know, I feel like he was just trying to let her know he doesn't like her or something. It was weird. It was very weird, but Huda handled that situation well. And Huda, we all felt this way. Like, what the hell? Is this supposed to be a sexy face? Because Ace, he does this all the time. And it's like, no, sir. They're bland, and honestly, she just looks like another Hannah. These two are cute together, and I hope they make it. Alondria and Nick are talking about last night, and they both feel the same way that they should continue to be friends. So all that hype was for nothing. This was funny because they were talking and she was talking about her diabetes and he was saying, you know, what's the worst thing that can happen? And she said if she's low, if her blood sugar's low, she could pass out. And he asked her how many times has she ever passed out? And she said, honestly, under 5 times. And he goes, oh, I think that's strange. I pass out all the time. I'm like, what? Huda was talking to Chris, and I think she's just trying to explore other connections as she should. And she knows that he was into Shelly, and he said that he likes Huda, and he knows that Shelly has a strong connection back at the villa, which is smart. So they're both, just kind of feeling each other out. And I really like how Huda handled this conversation. Clark pulled Alondria for a chat and they're talking about Taylor. And in the background, they're playing The Boy Is Mine. And I'm like, ugh, why is he anybody's? And Alondria says, she understands they have to explore their connection. And they're both really understanding of each other's situation, which the situation is Taylor. And again, why? Clark is talking to, I can't remember her name, this girl's name, but anyway, Hannah too. And she's saying how she doesn't like that because Alondra said that she knows that Taylor has to test their connection and she's like, I don't feel like I'm a test. She doesn't like the idea that she's a test, but you are. I mean, that's the show. Oh, Alondria, girl, wake up, wake up. He always looks so bothered. Boring. Alondria is spilling her heart, pouring her heart out to Taylor right now about how she's hard she's worked. She's never worked this hard to be with someone. This is Taylor's face. It's always Taylor's face when he's with Alondria. Hood explains to Shelly the talk she had with Chris, and Shelly's all for it, which leads us all to believe she's going to pick Ace when they recouple anyway. This got me. Alondria took pictures and put it in Taylor's drawer to remind him. And okay, let's get to the good stuff. The recoupling. Ariana explains the couples, the whole situation about everybody coupling up, and then all the couples come back one at a time. So these are all the couples, and you realize that Nick didn't come back. Sierra realizes Nick is gone, not coming back. But then Ariana says there's a new couple to join us. Nick and Alondria walk in. Sierra's face. She runs up to see Nick, of course. The girls have their girl back. Elon was like, yeah, I don't stand a chance. And I just love Zach, and I love how he handles things, and he was trying to reassure him. And I just like that guy. I'm a fan. I also like how he took joy in the girls and everyone being excited that their people were back. Okay, let's get serious here. Now, his face when he saw Alandria was crazy. He was not happy to see her. Time for the recoupling. Austin and Jaden, Amaya and Zach, Pepe and his girl that I can never remember her name, these two, TJ and Iris, Ace and Shelly. And y'all, I hate to say it, I know people don't like Ace, and I don't care for him either, but I'm pretty sure Ace and Shelly are definitely going to be in the finale. I think Ace and Shelly and probably Nick and Sierra for sure. Chris and Huda chose each other, of course. Now, here we go. He chose Clark. I'm not surprised. Everyone else was surprised, but I'm not surprised because he was never into Shelley. No shock here. Shock there. And it's so funny how Zach always has to calm Sierra or calm Amaya down. He's like, take a moment. He's like, look away. She's not. They're really cute, and she's just an emotional girly because he doesn't care. I don't even really think he's that into Clark, to be honest, but he likes her more than he liked Alondria. Now, here, I thought Taylor was regretting his decision. I thought he was regretting his decision. And if you look at Nick looks like he thinks Taylor is regretting a decision also. So when they're trying to figure out which girl should stay, Nick then says, "No offense, Clark, but you guys have only known each other for a couple of days. And if Taylor regrets his decision, which this was a bold statement, if he regrets his decision, Alondria would still be here. And we know because he's a fan of Alondria's." And I actually did read it the same way Nick did, that Taylor possibly regretted his decision, although that was confusing to me because I know he's not into her, but he was giving off that look, but now I think he just wanted us to think that he was, like it was a tough decision when it wasn't. But then Taylor says, I just want you to take into account. He said something to him after he picked Clark, like she said something off-putting to him. I didn't hear anything, but he was making sure they didn't pick Alondria. He was like, and she may, if she comes back in, she might be coming for me or like trying to couple up with him, which she probably will. But yeah, he was fighting for her to not come back. Yeah, he said she was taking shots. So that left Nick confused. So Casa picked Elin, and Ace said, "Uh-oh, Nicky Poo's in trouble." But I don't think Nick is in trouble at all. I don't think he has anything to worry about. And I think that Sierra really wants Elon to find a connection with someone other than her. Unless, I can't wait for movie night because they're going to show that kiss between Nick and Alondria. But I still don't think that's going to break them up. I think they'll explain it well enough to know what they were exploring. But I know movie night's going to show that for sure. So I hope they tell them before that, or tell Sierra before it happens. I don't think he's worried. They pick Alondria. Look at Taylor. Pissed. So pissed. All right. So we'll see what happens next episode.